Okay. This is, yeah, this is Niti Sār, chapter 3, 3 in the sense, third chapter in the line we are discussing. This is 110th chapter in the Garuda Mahapurana, and it has around 30 verses. We'll discuss 16 today. So the first one goes like, Yo dhruvani parityajya yadhruvani nishevate ध्रुवाणि तस्य नश्यन्ति अध्रुवं नष्टमेव च. It's talking about a person who abandons the certain that which is for sure they are going to get, or they are already in a path. Let's say you are already doing a job, and if you leave that to pursue the uncertain, something uncertain like going for preparing UPSC or some other government exam or something which is uncertain and there is no surety of it. It's a risk, and it is said that such a person loses the certain what is there, and also the uncertain is already lost because it is already uncertain because, and there is no surety of it. I'm not saying that going for any other pursuit is bad, but there should be a calculation even in the risk. And if one enters into something, it should be uh, thoroughly checked, and only like there is a certain level of calculation being done, and it is for sure is someday uh, I will succeed in that, then only one should step into it, or else it's better not to leave what is there and go for what is uncertain. So it's like gambling with time and life. Ultimately, it is because even in Vidura Niti also, Vidura says ki, if something is too difficult to attain or too difficult to achieve, it's better not to strive for it. In generic terms, generally people say ki you should never give up, you should always strive for something, whatever you want, follow your passion, all those things. But always it's there should be a calculation. It's all about in the at the end it is all about purusharthas, whether you can achieve your purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, and the moksha. You can use different means, different professions. It's not necessary for you to pursue whatever your passion is, because passion itself builds from certain level of knowledge of the thing. If you learn about, let's say, photography or some, let's say, filmmaking or music or even mathematics or physics, any subject, if you learn about it to some level, knowledge is always very attractive, and it gives it gives a certain level of goodness, a feeling, a kind of delight to the person. So the passion that is developed, it is only because of knowledge, not really inherently because it is something great or something, or else if it is not because of knowledge, it will be possibly, or it could be because of the societal conditioning. There in society there are certain professions, certain things which are seen as high, and because of that it is not your own interest, but it is the interest of the society that you are pursuing. So that is also there. So one should look for whether I can get the purusharthas through this, and whether this is something that if in my life, if I pursue, if I start it, at some point I'll succeed. There should be that certainty, or else it's better not to leave what is certain. Okay. For this, yeah, which of the following scenarios best illustrates the folly described. So, what do you think is the best thing here? Like, what is it that represents the verse? Anyone? Yeah, Pooja ji, Yamini ji, Kumar ji, anyone?
Is it B?
B. Staying in a stable job while building a new business on the side in the evenings. That's the thing. It's not a folly. It is something one can do while having something stable and building something else. It is quitting a stable, decent paying job to start a new business with no plan or savings. It's a big risk. If there is a dependency, then it is even bigger risk. But this is something that is being pushed in the startup world, but it's not something really wise to pursue. Okay, so you can analyze your own life. Dhruva is like that certain thing. Adhruva is uncertain. Dhruva is also star, not the North Pole. What is it? Pole star, which you can see clearly, and it acts as a direction for you. And Adhruva is like you don't have a direction and you're just going randomly like that. So you can use this to write down what is certain in your life, and there are uncertainty is also tempting. Sometimes we might feel, uh, what if I can try? It's not like you should not try things. It is just you should not try new things by leaving what is already there. uh, it's like that. It's more about goals and all those things. It's not about small pleasures that we take by trying new kind of food or some going to new place, all that. And then you can write your own strategy. How, even if it is uncertain, you can turn it into a certain thing with research. Everything that you want to learn or do or pursue is knowable. You can know about it, learn about it, and then you can start take steps towards it. Next, Niti. वागयन्त्रहीनस्य नरस्य विद्या शस्त्रं यथा का पुरुषस्य हस्ते न तुष्टिमुत्पादयाते शरीरे अन्धस्य दारा इव दर्शनीय. Okay, it is talking about Vagayantra Hinasya. Vagayantra is Vakyantra, which is the yantra that helps us to speak, which is mouth. Hinasya, one without it. So a person who lacks the instrument of speech, even though they may have knowledge, is like having a weapon in the hands of a coward. So knowledge, if it is there, it should be such ki the person should be able to express it. If the person is not able to express it, it is like they have a weapon is knowledge, but they are not able to use it. That's similar to having a weapon in the hands of a coward. So whatever little any person learns, always try to explain it. If you have someone you can talk with, you can explain to that person, or you can do a talk to your own self. You can talk to the mirror or any object. So that practice can help you in applying that knowledge and to be able to use it. Use it for your own self and for others also. So it produces no satisfaction in the body, like a beautiful wife to a blind man. Okay, since it's all male centric, so there will be analogies like this. So it's like this: even if there is a beautiful person, if one cannot see, they won't be able to take the pleasure of that beauty. So it's all analogies being given. So knowledge should be such key the person should be able to use their instrument of speech. If it is, if let's say some person cannot speak also, they should be able to communicate. It's about communication. Knowledge, it is said ki Saraswati, the name Saraswati, Saraswati is like a Sarasu is a lake, or even it's like a flowing water body. Mm. So knowledge, the nature of knowledge is such ki it should always be flowing. Or else if it is stagnated, it won't grow and it won't help to that person also, even to the people outside also. So knowledge, if someone is taking knowledge, they should also cultivate the ability to make it flow. I think this is helpful for students. It is also seen even sometimes people with so much of knowledge and abilities, they find it difficult to communicate, speak it to the audience. There are very few who can actually communicate whatever they have learned. There are very few speakers. It's because people sometimes ignore it. They think why should I even learn to speak? Why should I can be posted in some university, or I will be able to whatever I'll teach, student will somehow learn, or some that kind of attitude. If it is there, it's not really a good thing. So one should always, one thing that can help in these kind of practices is, I would say, the principles of instructional designing and other generic communication skills, like having reading and talking, recording your own voice and listening to it and all that. Okay, so knowledge without the ability to express it is like a weapon in a coward's hand, and beauty that cannot be perceived, beauty for a blind man. So you can recall it through these analogies. Mm, what is the fundamental requirement for any asset to have true value? Yeah, what is it? Yeah, Pooja ji, what do you think? Others, Yamini ji, you're there.
Yes, sir. I think it should be C, I think.
Yeah, C, correct. Even though B might look correct, but it's not about making others aware about your knowledge. It's about having the capacity to use or experience it effectively. Mm, okay, then yeah, you can use this to make your own analysis. You can see what is the asset that you possess. It's not just knowledge, it can be anything. You might be knowing it, a skill or anything, and you might not be using it, or you might not have the capacity to use it. But it's not key. If you cannot use it now, you cannot use it never ever. You can always learn how to use and take small steps towards developing that skill. You can list it down and then you can practice. Next we have भोज्यं भोजनशक्तिश्च रतिशक्तिर्वराः स्त्रियः विभवो दानशक्तिश्च न अल्पस्य तपसः फलम्. In life, certain things or the best things can be achieved through tapas. Tapas is like a discipline that you set for your own self to achieve some fruit, some kind of result, or some kind of development in your own self. For example, Vishwamitra, he wanted to become Brahmarshi, so he did tapas. He attained so many things. So it's all because of tapas. Tapas is also tapa in general means ki heat. Through activity, we generally generate heat, even in literal sense also. For example, if one does workouts or does vyayama, he gets the capacity to digest. The Jaఠaragni will be strong. Or if one does pranayama or something like that, they will be able to speak well. Even speech is said to be something that comes from the agni in the nabhi, which is basically Jaఠaragni only, one of the things. So, like that, in life, if one wants to achieve great things or the best of the things, like good food, the power to digest it, to have an excellent wife or a partner, and the power of pleasure, to have wealth, and the power to give also. It's not just having wealth. These are all are the fruits of no small austerity or tapas. It is being said ki it is these things are not easily. They don't come easily. One should work for it. It's the same. It's similar to no pain, no gain kind of thing, but even in a better language. So it is tapas. It is through tapas one can achieve whatever one may wish for. Uh, okay, these are the things. A person works tirelessly to build a huge fortune, but is too stressed and fearful to ever donate to a good cause or spend money on their own well being. Okay, so according to the verse, which fruit of tapas? Tapas will give fruits. Tapas is activity is tapas. Even the activities of puja and other things are also tapas. Workouts are also tapas. Studying is kind of a tapas. Any time you have disciplined yourself, you have said, "Ki I will do this to achieve this, and I will not get distracted." That is like a tapas. In this case, it is the power to give dana shakti which is being not there. So yeah, that is the missing piece, and you can use this to your own analysis. A blessing that you have, you can see. So even if people have something inherently, also it is not because it is also connected to whatever karmas or tapas they might have done in their previous lives. Think of it like this. Think if you think in long term, every action will have fruits. Those fruits may not come in this life itself, but the fruit will come for it. That might come in the next life. So it's like this. One can do their entire life. One can spend on doing tapas or doing all the hard work and all that, but those fruits they can enjoy them in a new body. I think like Bhagavan Krishna says, we leave the bodies like how we leave the old clothes, but the jiva will remain and it will carry forward. So when you see someone who having great wealth or great skills and great knowledge, inherently by birth itself, even that is connected to some kind of tapas that they might have done. Okay, then you can list the blessings you have, uh, required capacities if you want something new, or the capacity to hold that or use that particular wealth or blessing, and some practices for your own self to achieve something. You want something, and you can say, I'll do this tapas to achieve this, like that. Okay. Yeah. Then we have Agnihotra Phala Vedaha. Sheela Vritti Phalam Shubham. Ratiputra Phaladara Datta Bhukta Phalam Dhanam. So, what is the result of certain things? Certain, we just talked about tapas. Let's say we do certain tapas, and some tapas here we have discussed. Uh, Fruit of the Vedas means if one learns Vedas, the fruit of learning Vedas is the ability or the adhikara to do the sacrifices of Agnihotra and all. The fruit of good character and conduct. If someone practices this, this is again tapas. It's all about discipline, not getting distracted by compulsions and all. And this will result in the auspiciousness, as said here. The fruit of a wife or a partner is pleasure and also progeny. The fruit of wealth is that which is given and enjoyed. Here, this is the main thing. Fruit of wealth. Wealth, well, the fruits of wealth is both if it is enjoyed and if it is given. By giving and by spending only, the wealth, the fruits of wealth are enjoyed, or else the wealth is just like rock only. It's not, uh, it don't really have any value. So always one should be generous when it's about wealth, and always be willing to give and be willing to spend it on themselves. So if one learns Vedas, they'll be able to perform Agnihotra. Good character will bring Shubham, auspiciousness. Good spouse or a partner will give good pleasure and progeny, and wealth. The fruits of wealth are giving and enjoying, which is Datta and Bhukta. A person is known for their impeccable honesty and integrity, good character, but they live in isolation and never interact with the society. Yeah. So if there is the person is having these kind of qualities, and if they are not getting out and interacting with the society, the auspiciousness that they will receive because of their good character, they'll miss it out. Mm, This one does not create auspiciousness for themselves also or for others also. This thing one might think being good and being having that kind of good character, all that, you don't really reward and all that. It will reward. It's all about how one present themselves. If one is being disciplined and having all the good qualities, sometimes that might make person to be judgmental. It's not about becoming judgmental because you are good. It's about just being good and be like that light. Wherever it goes, it shines and makes others see the world and feel good. Your good character should make others to feel as if uh, feel good about it, be delighted about it. It should not make them feel oh, I'm not good. That kind of guilt should not be coming in other person. The presence should be such that people will just enjoy that presence, not be intimidated or feel low about themselves. So when this is cultivated, something like this, that it should be seen ki you should not make others feel low or something like that. This is also said by Bhishma Pitamaha in the Anushasana Parva. If one is clean and one is good and all that they have, they should not make others feel low, even if they are having those qualities. Okay, you can identify an asset in your own life and define its true fruit based on the verse's wisdom. Again, you can add more to this. These are from those times, and they talk a few of them. You can add more things. There is like you have learned something or something you some object or something you have, and what is the true fruit of it, and then look, see ki, are you even having that fruit? So whatever things, good things one have, they are like blessings. So they should, one should always try to get the best out of it. Okay. Not even blessing. They are your own fruits of your own tapas that one might have done in some time. Okay. Next thing. Varayet kulajam pragno virupaamapi kanyakam surupam sunitambancha na kulinam kadachana. Okay, it's about marriage, and this is yeah, again stated as male centric one, but it can be applied for the other genders also, whether it's a person male or female. If one has to select, go for a go for marriage, it is said ki uh, they should choose from a good lineage. Good lineage, kulina, in the sense ki uh, the family should be stable, happy, and be be practicing dharma. Should not have any wickedness or kind of any negative tendencies. These things will be there, but one can look for the best, optimize the family for these qualities and see overall how it is, overall how the people are and how the family is, and based on that they can select whether they want to get a person from that family, because marriages are not just individual things, it's also families that come together, and families have influences. Sometimes if the family's influence is negative, that can disturb the relationship also. So the family should be such that they always support and stand up for what's right and what's good for the couple, not what's right and good for their own child, or what is it that they think is good. So that way, it's important to look for good families and people from good families. Again, this is not a strict rule. Again, in the coming verses, it is other qualities also being said. Uh, so it is said ki, to even if the person is beautiful or handsome and well formed, even then if they are not from a noble family, one should not take them, because beauty and structure, it can only be pleasurable to some extent. Apart from that, there's more in life, more in family life, where people have to collaborate and do things. In that sense, if the person is not supportive, then it will be problematic. It could even be very devastating, and people might find it difficult to stay together, and it can cause problems to the children as well. So you can look for noble families, yeah, or else you can try advocating for for whatever family you have to be noble, and you can always change, try and learn things. So you can make that effort also. It's not ki you didn't get You don't. You will. You can. You can't change anything. Okay. So yeah, beauty and good lineage both are important. And okay, next, a wise person is choosing a business partner. Okay, one candidate is incredibly charismatic and impressive, but has a history of unethical behavior. Also, this is also because when looking for partners, be it for family or for work, also behaviors, if one do not learn from behaviors whatever they have done, or one just escaped from the place without actually learning the lesson, then there is a chance for that behavior to repeat. So it's always important to know and make sure ki that the person has come out of it with a learning, not with a guilt or fear, but with a learning, and through knowledge by themselves they are aware ki I should not do this. So okay, the other is less charismatic but comes from a family known for its unwavering integrity. Okay, fine. Another thing I just want to say, even if sometimes family might be very noble and all, the person might not be influenced so much that they carry that nobleness. That is also possible. So even that side should also be seen. It's ultimately to the person for you to decide, weigh the things, what matters more, uh, and then you can decide on that. In this case, yeah, one from the noble family, because even if this person does something wrong, the family can be held responsible and the family will answer, it won't betray. So importance of inner substance, yeah, this is for your own analysis. So what do you care more for, inner substance or outer appearance when selecting partners, or within yourself?
First one.
Huh?
First one.
First one, inner substance. Yeah. Okay, fine. So it's good to always go for inner substance when when going for long-term relationships. Okay, next one. अर्थेनापि किं तेन यस्यानर्थे तु संगतिः को हि नाम शिखाजतं पन्नगस्य मणिं हरेत्. Okay, this one is about so what is the use of that wealth which is associated with calamity? Okay, who indeed would dare to snatch the jewel from the hood of a serpent? This is about things that are great, like wealth or beauty or some kind of fame or certain things. Sometimes they will be associated with a calamity. For example, corruption, bribe, it's wealth, but it is associated with calamity. If someone goes for a bribe, eventually they'll get caught. Even if they don't get caught, thus the sins, not sins, the patakas associated with wealth are said to be such that one cannot wipe them. They have to be paid back. It is there is no prayashchitta for the patakas done in with respect to wealth. Hence, it's always important. It is like a serpent on a. It is like a jewel on the hood of a serpent. It will it will someday bring the person down, and it will bring that punishment to them. So when going for things that might appear attractive and beautiful, or even something that might look instantly pleasurable, it's always important to see is it whether it is associated with a calamity thereafter. What is the fruit of taking this? It can be applied for even something as simple as unhealthy food. Unhealthy food, it appears great, it tastes great, uh, like pizzas and all, but then it is associated with a calamity. Calamity is the issues that come thereafter in the health. Yeah, this is the wealth, power, opportunity. Certain things are there, but if it comes from an unavoidable deadly risk, it's not a risk that can be avoided. If it is unavoidable, it's something that you cannot avoid, then one should hold back. Here they have used wealth because, as I said, the corruption activities that are associated with wealth, they are not what we say wipeable. You cannot wipe the sins associated with wealth. The fruits of such actions will come eventually. So you are offered. So these are the lessons I believe ki something even for the administrators or people who get into places where they have to handle a lot of money, or where there is a possibility of corruption, or even for the children, these things help them to stay cautious. Okay, you are offered a very high paying job with a company known for its toxic work culture and unethical practice. So here, high paying job is like a jewel, and toxic work culture is like the associated calamity. So it is like a serpent's jewel. It will eventually bring some. So there is one meme I saw. A person through a lot of hard work by doing night shift saved around 3 lakh rupees, and then eventually hospitalized and had to spend 5 lakhs. So it will be like that. Okay, you can do your own analysis. It's not about big things. There could be things that are very small, which might look even something as simple as scrolling the phone at night is like a jewel. Is instantly gratifying, but it is associated with a calamity. So you should look for that and try to. The awareness itself will drive the action. You can see my screen, right? Yeah, you can see.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next we have Havirdushta Kuladagrahyam. Havirdushta Kuladagrahyam Baladapi Subhashitam Amedhyata Kanchanam Grahyam Striratnam Dushkuladapi. So, so previously we saw that a person should look for the family that is there. But when it's about weighing between family and the person itself, if the person is more valuable, then it's good to go for the person, even if the family is not really noble or not really supportive. Like as it is said here, a pure offering should be accepted even from a questionable family. A good advice even from a child, even if a child, if they can speak knowledge, it's good to take it, because when we talk about ages, we are, even though we have our own ages in this life, but ideally we are not really one life people. The understanding is key. We are all coming from so many lifetimes. So when people go from life to life, they carry their karmas. Along with that, they carry knowledge, whatever they have learned, in the form of samskaras, and even directly the knowledge is carried forward. Hence, if irrespective of what the age is, people can be knowledgeable, people can be foolish, because the ages that we see in the physical world, in this life, they are not really their original ages. They will have different ages based on their atma's journey. So even if something good is being said by a child, should it's good to take it. Gold should be taken even from an impure place. Like how we take gold. Gold is valuable. Even if it is in the dirt, we don't really reject it, right? It's like that. So gold should be taken even from an impure place. And a jewel of a woman or a partner, a person, if they are like a jewel, if they are valuable, if there is value that you can see in them and you want that value, then you can go for that person, even if they are from a bad family or a family that don't really support your own views, or your own perspectives, or even your relationship. Okay, so even from a child, good advice should be taken. Gold should be taken even from a impure place, and a jewel of a woman or even a partner should be taken even from a lowly family. Lowly family, not just in the sense of uh, their character and all. It's also, let's say, a rich person, if they find a partner from a poor family, and they are they are worthy, they have the value, then they should not be thinking, oh, this is a poor family, because ultimately the value is not in the money or wealth that the family carries. It's in the person. So there is a value that people hold separately. That value should be considered to be highest. Okay. You are a manager reviewing project proposals. One idea is brilliant but comes from a junior. Yeah, in workplaces, even in scholars, even in academics. So I did notice this. I noticed key certain things. If the whatever statements, if that does not if that is not associated with a doctor or some title, if it just comes, that will not have any value. People look for who said it. So that is something here in this verse is said to be like, you should avoid it. You should look the value of the substance itself, not the person or where it is coming from. So this applies even in the academics. There can be people who might be even in school, or even they might have not studied as much as you studied in the formal sense, but still they might hold knowledge. This is also true for people who, even in villages or even in places, people who spend a lot of time in villages, with the person who are into the formal education and all. It's because knowledge. Like I said, it is something that people carry from lifetimes, and it is also something that people cultivate in different environments. It's not always in a college or in a formal training setup. If only their knowledge gets cultivated or minds get enlightened, there are places. There are in the entire world is like a school itself, and people learn in different ways. So even in a corporate setup, if something comes from even a junior intern or someone low income compared to your position, it should be seen for the substance, the value of the substance, not the value of the person that is associated in that particular organization. So yeah, choose the intern's idea. It's because it's about what works, what helps the overall organization, overall product, overall goal, the big picture, not what fulfills a person's ego and all. Okay, you can reflect on this. If you want to share anything, anyone wants to share, you can share also. Times when you might have overlooked or you might have overvalued something that really don't have any value or overlooked because it is coming from a different place. You can write them down here. Yeah. And now on, you can try to see the value of the substance itself, not where it is coming from. Okay, fine. If there's nothing, we go to the next one. Yes. विषादप्यं मृतं ग्राह्यममेध्यादपि काञ्चनं नीचादप्युत्तमां विद्यां स्त्रीरत्नं दुष्कुलादपि. It's a similar verse. It's kind of same verse only. Again, it is being reiterated in a different way. Nectar should be taken even from poison. This means ki sometimes, yeah, even nectar might be mixed with poison. You should be able to, if you can take it, you should be able to take it. For example, there might be a flower which is poisonous, but its nectar might be not poisonous like that. Meaning, there might be people who are wicked, but they might still hold knowledge. Like, for example, uh, I think in World War II, if, during war times, for wicked purposes only, many things are invented. For that reason, we should not be rejecting whatever is invented, because whatever is invented, if it is useful, it should be taken. It should not be rejected because it is coming from a wicked place. This is also true. Sometimes we tend to reject things because they come from a particular place, like Western knowledge. Sometimes it might be rejected. The IKS people might reject it, or the IKS knowledge, Indian knowledge systems or Hindu knowledge systems. It might be rejected because it is coming from a different place by the people outside or people who are trained in that sense. That should not be the case. No matter where things come from, again, it's about substance, the value of the substance. Whatever comes from whatever place, if it has value, if it has value for your own development, then that should be taken. It should not be rejected because it is coming from a place. So that should be the attitude towards anything that good, that is useful for you, or anything that is great or uh, what we say beautiful or valuable like that. Okay, gold even from an impure place, like I said previously. The highest knowledge should be taken even from a lowly person. Okay, this is not to say Chandala as a lowly person, but a person. Shankaracharya, there's a story, famous story where Shankaracharya faces a Chandala, and from him he gets a kind of a realization of that Advaita thing, which is already he's been preaching it. It's not like Shankaracharya learned from him directly, but he made him realize that he's not practicing it fully. So it is possible. Even there is a story in Mahabharata also. Vishwamitra, at some point of time, due to he is unable to feed himself, he steals dog meat from the house of a Chandala. There he is questioned: Is it even dharma? How can you steal from my house? Okay, from that question also Vishwamitra learned something. Actually, Vishwamitra answers it saying, "Ki, my body is like my friend. To feed a person is dharma. So I'm feeding this body. So this is my dharma only. It's not a dharma." Like that, he answers it. Okay, again, not that. There are other examples like mm, a lowly person, a chandala teaching thing. Dharma vyada. Dharma vyada again is not a lowly person. He is a person. He is a butcher basically. But even from him, dharma lessons are being taught. So again, knowledge it can come from anywhere, any person, irrespective of the identities. So it should be seen for just that and not the identities. That way, one will be able to grasp, get most of the world. Because we often tend to put filters. These filters of identities already drives away so much of knowledge, and then whatever we get in that little whatever we use, uh, it's like we are living on a very limited instead of having unlimited resources. It's like that. And then this one, yeah, level of a woman or a person, even discussed previously. Yes. Such things are said, but I don't know where the thing of this varna discrimination comes in, where people say you should not, a person from Shudra Varna or a Chandala, they should not teach the knowledge of Veda and all. Then we have a question, let's see. A brilliant but notoriously unethical scientist discovers a cure for terrible disease. The nectar is the cure. What is the poison? Uh, Poison is their unethical character, but still it comes from there is the nectar in it, so it should not be rejected, it should be taken. So it's not about it's about just this: what is the nectar that you can get from people around you, or objects around you, things around you, or the world around you. It's all about the goodness. You should have this filter: what is the value in this person, what is the value in this object, what is the value in this place. So to be able to see, because Ishvara Tattva is spread everywhere. So even in a wicked person, even in a place which is like a smashan also, there will be Kali, there will be Shiva. So it should be that your focus should be not on the dead bodies. Focus should be on the Shiva in the smashana. So that's the thing. So you can write them down. You can write down a situation where you can extract value from a challenging source. Yeah, it's about that challenging sources. It's also something that can be cultivated even in corporate world also. We meet different people. We work with various kinds of people, not just in corporate, in even in general life also. So you should not be focusing on the negatives of a person. It's about what is the value that you are looking to extract from that person, and you should be focusing on getting that out and be able to use it, not be worried about reforming the person. It won't help. It should Your focus should only be what is the value and how can I get it. Okay, so you can list down what is some challenging person or thing and something, and see what is the nectar or gold within it. There will be some good in everything, and your action, how you can extract the value from it. It's all about how you guide the conversation or thing. Even in a even if one is seated among a thousand big people also, with your own intelligence, with your own wiseness and light, you can steer the conversation in a way that it moves towards something useful and divine and all. So the same person who will be gossiping can also talk some sense also. It's not like they will always be gossiping. There will be some substance also. So it is for the person, for you to steer it towards it. Okay. Then we have न राज्ञा सह मित्रत्वं न सर्पो निर्विषः क्वचित् न कुलं निर्मलं तत्र स्त्रीजनो यत्र जायते. Okay. So we have seen कि women are seen to be someone who are swachhanda, who cannot be controlled by anything. They are free, and it is also said that they are always pure. So the thing here it is mentioned, there is no friendship with a king. King, like I said even in previous chapters also, it is said a person who is associated with big powers, or someone who is like a king or an administrator or someone who is bound by dharma or bound by certain things that are more powerful than them, like constitution. Prime minister or a president or someone in the administration are bound by something more powerful than them, which is constitution. They themselves don't have a lot of freedom because they are also bound by the people's expectation. All these things are there, and they are also dealing with great power, and they are dealing with great treasure. With all these things, a king or an administrator who is bound by something higher than them do not really have their own free hand, and such a person or such a position cannot be a friend to you. As a person, that person, if they come out of it, then maybe that person will be a friend. But in that position, that person is not a friend. So a king or an administrator, someone dealing with great power and great treasury, or someone is under something even more powerful, directly under it, and directly their functions are associated with that, they can't be friends. Nor is a serpent ever without a poison. Yeah, a snake should not be assumed to be, it is not poisonous. So it's always wise to see a snake and think, okay, it might be poisonous and be cautious about it. This also applies to people also. To people in the sense that there will be, based on whatever training they have or whatever behavior they have and all those things, there will be certain things which are very inherent to them, and there are things that are obvious in situations which should not be ignored. Like, for example, when there is a fight for power, uh, it should not be assumed that the other person will not do any deceitful acts over the opponent to win. It should be taken as ki there might be a chance of certain deceitful acts. It's like that. So what is obvious should not be ignored. That's what, if it is very obvious by the nature itself, then it should not be ignored. And here, a family where a woman is born is not pure. This is not to say that women are impure or like that, because it is what they are trying to say is that women being swachhanda, they do not bound. They are not bound by any rules and laws. They can give that surrenderance by themselves, but still they might go beyond whatever norms that are set. That's why it is said that a family where a woman is born is not pure. But this is not to assume that women are impure. That it's about a possibility they are talking. And also, any family, it is also said that no family is pure. There is no family without a kalanka. That also means that nobody is like perfect. That perfectness people hold. Even it's about family also, even with per people also, that perfectness that people expect is never there in any person or even in any family or in any place. There are always flaws, there are always positives and negatives in any place, any family. One should be open to see things like that, see as they are, not how they want them to be. So yeah, based on the primary duties, a king cannot be a friend because the duty is above their friendship, and they might be political necessity also. Poisonless serpent. It's about inherent nature of things. One should not go against nature and against what is obvious. Here, yeah, another thing is, so woman marries into another family, so they break the lineage, and there's so much of honor kept in the woman's behavior alone. For some reason, in the world, it is in India and even in world, it is like that. So because of that unpredictability and risk, it is said in that way. Okay, what common theme connects a king, serpent, and the birth of a woman in this verse logic? It's about unpredictability. It's just that. Okay, you can apply this to your own self. Uh, so you can see what is your stable system. Inherent risk. Inherent risk is a risk that comes by nature, not by will or intention. By nature, you can look for that. And also complicating factors or impurities or something that it is like a barrier or obstruction which might be there in your own life or in the people around you or in the tasks that you might be doing, and then use this awareness to navigate through them. Navigation need not be changing the inherent nature of people or things. It's about navigating it. As I said, it's about going through them without getting affected by them. Okay. Next, we have if you have any questions or anything, you can always raise your hand and ask them. Next, we have कुले नियोजयेद् भक्तं पुत्रं विद्यासु योजयेत् व्यसने योजयेत् शत्रुम् इष्टं धर्मे नियोजयेत्. Okay, different people and where they should be positioned and what things can be done by them. Okay, a devoted person should be appointed to the family. To the family, in the sense, the person can be at their service, someone with hospitality and all. A son should be engaged in studies. Yeah, son, or it can be children also. An enemy should be engaged in those times because sons take up the occupations and take up the things forward, and women are mainly confined to home activities and activities, what we say, at home and taking care of the family, children, and all that, and doing all the vratas and all those things. So it is for the son, it is said ki he should be engaged in studies, but women also are engaged in studies. They also learn things because they also have to perform activities. An enemy should be engaged in a vice or calamity. Yeah, enemy should be somehow always keep them busy, busy in fighting some kind of uh, calamity or another enemy. Enemy here can be taken as a person also, or it can take, yeah, there are the internal enemies also, the shadripus, uh, kama, krodha, mada, lobha, moha, matsarya. These things can also be engaged in some kind of calamity. Calamity is, it can be seen as a fear. You can, for example, there is anger. Anger should be kept in the calamity of, let's say, a fear. These six enemies can be kept in a calamity by doing this key, how to say, keep them busy with something else, something that is not really harmful to you. For example, if you have anger, associate that anger to something like, let's say, Ravana. You will associate and you keep your anger and Ravana into fight. Then it will be busy fighting that. In your own mind, there will be an internal fight going on. Uh, why did Ravana did this to Sita and all those things? Like that, such internal conflicts you can keep within your own enemies. It's something a bit complicated, but you can try that. Basically, what I want to say is ki anything that is negative, try to keep it busy. If it ever comes out, associate it with something, and immediately it will get busy with that, like that. Mm. A friend should be engaged in dharma because if they are engaged in dharma, since they are engaged in dharma, they will be sustaining themselves and they will be able to help you also in times of trouble. This is something that Krishna did. He engaged his friend Arjuna in dharma. Okay, a devoted person should be kept in family affairs. Devoted person. There is some kind of work even in family, like there's marriage or function going on. For those works, you can use someone who is devoted, good hospitality and all. A son, even children. Children, it is also said in Mahanirvana Tantra, parents should give their children good education. It should be done. It is like one of the dharmas. An enemy should be kept in vices or calamity. This can be applied even in your own workplaces. If you have any enemies or someone who will be troubling you, you can bring in some other person who will it's a bit big or not so ethical thing, but keeping fight between that person and some other person, so that they both keep fighting and you don't have to be bothered by them. So that such a thing can also be done. But in terms of administration, for example, if Pakistan is India's enemy, then it's good to keep Pakistan and Afghanistan in fights, so they don't focus on us, like that. Then a friend in dharma. If you have a friend, you can try engaging them in dharma. Or since your own body is your own friend, you can engage your own body with dharma. Okay, you're managing a critical project and have a trusted ethical friend on the team. What kind of task would best suit them according to the verse? Mm, yeah, it's direct task that requires ethically sound is. So if you have dharma, people with dharma or naturally honest, it's good if you can associate them in the activities that are related to finances, because because of their own inherent nature of honesty and dharma, they won't do any fraud in that. There is a less possibility of. Okay, you can see how you are positioning or you are placing people at works, or how you are associating them in different things, or your own self, how you are associating. You can see, and you can use this to add, and then, or if it can be what you are doing right now, or it can be what you want to do in the future. It's about dealing, positioning people in right places. Again, another one. स्थानेष्वेव प्रयोक्तव्या भूत्या चाभरणानि च न हि चूडामणि पादे शोभते वै कदाचन. हाँ, okay. So in this it is said कि servants and ornaments should be employed only in their proper places. Servants, it could be employees or people who work for you, because it's about work and they have certain role, specific role. They should be placed or positioned in those places only, or else they won't fulfill their duty, or they won't give the results that they should be giving. For example, if you have hired someone for, let's say, content writing, and you are positioning them for marketing, then it won't work. So it's like misplacing the ornament. Like it's like placing the earring on your nose, or not nose, placing the earring on nose. Yeah, kind of like that. Or some other ornament. Let's say you have a bracelet, and then you're keeping it, you're hanging it on the ear. It's like that. If you misplace the ornaments, they won't give the correct result that they should be giving. Otherwise, if you have placed them in their correct position, they will shine the best, and they will be shobhayamana. What we say, shobhaya. They will be, they will make you look good. Similarly, if you place the servants or the workers that work for you in their correct places, they themselves will benefit, and also you also will benefit from them. You will look good. Okay, so here a brilliant data analyst can be kept for analyzing market trends. It's about correct placement of the servants. Charismatic public speaker, They can be kept for delivering the keynote speech, and a meticulous proofreader can be kept for finalizing the annual report. Yeah, it's about identifying who can do what and then placing them for that particular work. This can be applied. Let's say you're not a HR or some boss in some office. You can just be a normal person. You have a family and you have people, and you all we always generally engage with different people within our own family for different activities. So you can, based on their abilities and what they can do and what they might want to do, you can place them in those positions or in that work. It can be for let's say for Durga Puja, you can send someone to bring flowers or someone to make bring the uh, puja items, or have someone to what we say place the position the murti, all those things. So that proper classification of things. A highly skilled surgeon decides to work as a general office administrator. Yeah, this is what, right? This misplacement. This is also a problem in society. If you see people study engineering or some other thing, and then all of a sudden they become passionate about photography or writing or business. Business is still fine, or something uh, that is not associated with what they have studied. And if they go into different places, they might not shine. They may shine also. That is also possible. Even if they shine, the first thing is whatever training they had done, it goes into waste, uh, or is used in a different way, not for the intended purpose. Sometimes they don't shine only. It's like what we say, if you have done engineering and you have become an engineer, and that aligns with your what you have studied and what you are doing, and people over there will have a respect for you and all that. Even if you go into other fields also, there will be respect, but that what we say, that gap will be there. This is made for ear, but it is being kept on the nose. It will be like that. But in world, somehow people have to get their food, so it is still fine. But ideally, the ideal case is you should position people based on their training and based on what they are capable of. Okay, placing crust jewel on the foot. It's like that, misplacing a valuable asset. You can see within your own self there will be valuable assets. For example, you might have some kind of a talent or some kind of a thing, asset, a physical object also, which you can make value out of. But let's say you have a coffee machine and you're not using it to grind coffee beans, and if you are using it to grind coconut or some groundnut beans, then it won't really produce the value that it is intended. Or if whatever talent you might have, a skill, let's say you're good with singing, and you're not singing and you're not positioning yourself as a singer out there, you can use the platforms like YouTube or Instagram or other places to position yourself as a singer and shine. And if you're not doing that, that means you just holding back your talent. I mean, it might be just for fun, you might have developed the talent, then it is fine. But if you really want to pursue it and if you're not pursuing it, that means you haven't used it properly. So, yeah, it's about, or the same talent can be used to sing the songs of the Bhagavan also. That is also like positioning at the best place. Whatever talent you have, you should be using it at its best and showcasing it to the best and bringing the most value out of it. It's like that. It might not always be possible, but you can always plan and then try to mm, kind of build it. It's also like if you have great skills and you are showcasing those skills to, let's say, someone who cannot promote you, you should be showcasing them to your boss or someone who can appreciate and promote you to a higher position based on that. But if you are showcasing those skills to some, let's say, junior or some other person to get some uploads or some show off, then it is a waste. It don't really help. It's like placing that jewel on the foot. Okay, next one. चूडामणिः समुद्रो अग्निर्घण्टा चाखण्डं चाखण्डं मम्बकम् ओके चाखण्डमम्बरम् अथवा पृथिवीपालो मूर्धनिं पादे प्रमादतः ओके अगेन चूडामणिः समुद्रो अग्निर्घण्टा चाखण्डमम्बरम् अथवा पृथिवीपालो मूर्धनिं पादो प्रमादतः. Okay, again a similar thing. A crust jewel, the ocean, fire, the celestial bell, the infinite sky, or a king. These belong on the head. To place them on the foot is a grave error. It's again positioning people their correct places. Here, it's talking about the best of the things. So, when you find a person who is with great talent and great knowledge or some great value, always have some reverence, have show that reverence, keep them in the best position. Like let's say you invited some person as a chief guest, or even just casually they have walked in, and they hold some value, and they are very knowledgeable, or even they are like some highly talented person in their own field, and those persons should be valued. They should be uh, treated with respect, bring them to the first row, like that. So give people their respect for what they have achieved. This respect or this reverence is, even though it is for the person itself, it is on a different level. It is not the person itself, it is for the tapas that they have done, you are valuing. It is also for the Shakti that has chosen to be in that person. The talent, like beauty or knowledge or whatever talents people have, they are not just talents. They are. It is like the divine. The Shakti has said, "I'll reside in this person." So you are indirectly kind of revering or worshipping the Shakti in them. So in that sense also, they should be held high. If you see talent, if you see great things, like Bhagavan says, all the shiny and bright things, I reside in them, like that. So you're only revering or kind of honoring the divinity in them, or the divine blessing that has there in them. So crest jewel, king, sky, fire, all these things should be kept in proper place. This thing, it doesn't mean you put it on the head. It's like you revere them as the highest, like that. Okay. Next, what is the grave error that the verse warns against? Yeah, it is about this: failing to recognize the inherent value of a person or thing and placing it in a context where its value is diminished or wasted. If there is value, and that value, if you honor it, it will flow towards it. That is also there. So that is also a reason why you should honor the value, because it's as I said, it's the Shakti that you are honoring, not the person itself. Okay, next we have, you can use this for your own analysis. high value asset in our own life. It can be a person, or it can be the things that you want you hold, and how you honor it. If you have a talent also, are you honoring it? Are you cultivating it? Like if you might be very good with studies, or you might be very good with singing, or some kind of art, or even something as simple as let's say doing some simple task like setting the bed, or cleaning the room. Anything that is talent that you have, and if you're not valuing it, you're not giving enough attention to that talent to be developed and cultivated and to become the best of its capacity, then it will diminish. That will be for sure. But you are also kind of not enjoying the fruits of your own tapas. Anything that you have, it could be even good health, a good body also. It's all that you have achieved through tapas only. It is a gift for sure. The gifts are the phala, the fruits of your own karmas given by the devatas. But it is something that you must honor and give enough attention and hold it, sustain it. To sustain these things is also a dharma. To sustain dharma's capacity thing is it's about sustaining, right? So these things also should be sustained. If you see they are placed on the foot, neglected and wasted, then you can list down and be aware of it, and then try to cultivate them. Okay, next we have कुसुमस्तबकस्येव वे गति तु मनस्विनः मूर्ध्नि मूर्ध्नि वा सर्वलोकानां शीर्षतः पतितो वने. Okay. Flowers, and also a person with great atma, not soul, Mahamana. Mahamana, or someone with great manas, there are only two fates for them, it is said. Either to be on the heads of all people, either they'll reach the heights of the life, or they will wither to the forest. That means they will become a vairagi, or someone like a sannyasi or something. So this is also it's about cultivating again knowledge. It can be, if it is cultivated, applied, used to achieve the trivargas, dharma, artha, kamas, and to serve the people or to do the best in the world. That is one way to go for it, use it. But it can also guide the same person in a way that it makes them detached. Maybe they become a sannyasi kind of a person, a vairagi. That those two possibilities are there for the knowledge. That is also a reason why knowledge should be taken from a guru, and why all knowledge is not for everyone. For example, the knowledge of Advaita or Vedanta or such things, they might not be really pleasant for a grahastha, because for a grihastha they should be knowing the knowledge of artha, kama, dharma, what is their duty, how to attain the wealth and all those things. But if they engage in the moksha shastras like brahma gnanam and all, it might be disturbing. They might not be able to participate in life itself. So that can cause, like we see even in world, there are people in a very young age, they tend towards sannyasi, sannyasam and other thing. They leave everything. They don't even people. Most people are saying we don't even want to marry, because that's because In world, Advaita is so popular, and Vedanta and these moksha shastras, the pursuit of moksha or parabrahma, it is highest for sure, but it is also highest. The paravidya is also highest. They both are kept like wings of the same bird, so both of them are required. But if it is not positioned that way, people can go into the forest, like get into vairagya. Okay, so this is there. A brilliant scientist makes a world-changing discovery, but due to fear of criticism, never publishes their work. The research sits in a drawer and they die in obscurity. Huh. It's about fail to take either noble path and was thus lost. It is not brought out. If the thing that doesn't come into the world and shine, it will eventually wither. That is one way, or it can get into vairagya state also. But whatever is there, it should come into the world. Whatever talent a person as you hold, it's always good to bring it out into the world. It could be even the smallest circle that you have around, or even within your own self. If you can do something, there is some kind of talent, pursue it, express it, let it come out, let it not sit ideally, because that's not how a person develops. So you can see what is that you possess, how you can bring it to the world. Try to use the talent to bring value to someone. It could be your own self or it could be people around you. Try to bring it out. Try to showcase your talent. Okay. This is the path of inner focus. This is about pursuing the adhyatma. You can list down things that you can use that skill, whatever skill you have, you can use that alone for the adhyatma also. It's not key, it is only for the worldly thing. Okay, next we have uh, कर्णभूषण संग्रहो चितो यदि मणिस्तु पदे प्रतिबध्यते किं मणिर्नहि शोभते ततो भवति योजा इतुर वचनीयता. It's about, let's say there is a jewel or some high talent or person with a great talent and all that. If you keep that jewel on your foot, it will still shine. The jewel will shine, but only the person will become unworthy of it or become like a joker in the eyes of the world. So by not respecting or honoring Shakti in people or even within your own self, the Shakti does not stop shining. It will stay, it will still shine, but it is only you who become devoid of it. Kind of the value of you is going down because of that. It's not the value of the jewel itself. So always keep the jewels on the head. That means whatever talents you have, always keep them high. If you have a jewel, if you have a talent, use it, place it in such a way that it shines and makes you shine also. And also, if you find someone with value, always have a reverence. Do not hold back out of fear or even ego. It's always good to honoring you're only honoring the Shakti. Person is just a body. It is the Shakti that is residing in the person. Okay, next, a manager has a brilliant creative strategist on their team, but assigns them to do repetitive data entry. Even in the corporate world, even in the workplaces, there will be people who are like brilliant people and they have great talents, but they will be out of the it could be because of the person is unable to see the talent in them and how to cultivate and use it for the organization's benefit, or it could be because they don't want them to shine, or could be because there is some other work, maybe it could be very important, and maybe for that reason they might have been placed there. But again, it's there is the time is lost. For that same time, the person can be used to produce something great. So yeah, so this identification and positioning is very important. So even in your own life, within your own self, if there is a talent, if there is some jewel in you, identify it, position it properly. If there are people around you who are with that shakti, identify them, revere them, honor them, try to get the value out of them if you can, or else it's always good to have a respect towards them. Okay, according to the verse, who is worthy of reproach? Mm, yeah, a person who is not able to recognize and properly utilize the jewel or the talent. The talent or shakti is there even within the person or outside, it is there to express and give value. It is not there to just be there ideally without doing anything. So it's there should be no guilt if you get value from a shakti or from a person who is knowledgeable or talented. Okay, so you can see any asset or anything, any talent also again within your own self, whether you are placing it on the foot or you are using it wisely to make most out of it. Next, we have Bajivarana Lauhanam Kashtha Kashtapashana Vasasam Nari Purushatoyanam Antaram Mahadantaram. Okay, it's about differences, or it can, in other words, it is about uniqueness of things and people, uh, between horses and elephants, iron, wood, stone, and clothes, and between woman, man, and water. The difference is very great. The difference is a very great difference. Antaram Mahadantaram. So, in world again, there is this equality trend to treat people equally, and to have equal treatment, equal respect, equal opportunity, all that. That is still fine, having to be able to accommodate and make help people pursue their interests at by starting to have that equal opportunity to grow, to develop is okay, but it's not it cannot be like for something, let's say there is a competition of let's say weightlifting, and the equal opportunity should be between the equals, the treatment should be among the equals again. Yeah, the equality thing should be for the equals, not the unequals. When we say unequal, it doesn't mean they are one is low, one is high. It's about recognizing the inherent uniqueness of people and then treating them accordingly. uh, there might be places, even in colleges or even in workplaces, or even in families within relationships also, because of this maybe a lack of understanding, or maybe to actually practice equality, people tend to treat everyone equally, especially the genders, the man and the woman. if they are treated equally, uh, I mean, treating equally in the sense ki, treating both as same objects, like not recognizing the uniqueness of the individual, then they won't perform their best. So such things should not be done. But that is not the case in the world. Actually, there is a unique treatment for both man and woman that is there, like the leave policies or even work culture that is there, but it can still be improved. It can be improved to great extent. That possibility is there. And also, when let's say you as a person meeting different people, maybe having same designations, if it is a man, if it is a woman, it's always good to treat them uniquely, uh, uniquely in their own different ways. There are different ways to respect femininity and masculinity, or a man and woman, and the value they hold. It's not always same. So that can be there. Like for example, if you are going to meet a man, you might do a namaskara and that might be enough. But if you're going to meet a woman, someone with value, you can maybe take some flowers or like that. So such a special treatment can be given to different people. Okay, next, yeah, even among the animals there is differences, materials. So this is only for analogy, to say ki things are different. Even though, and this man woman thing is brought up because even though man and woman both are humans, same species, but they have their own uniqueness. Even within men, within women, uh, every individual have their own uniqueness for for the unique journey that they go through in this life, and the unique journey that they go through in the lives that they come from. So for that reason, it's always important, if you know the person, it's like treating the person as they might be pleased, and they might be pleased in such a way that you get the value that you want, or even just for the sake of their own delight, instead of being robotic and being, that's the uniqueness of humans, right? To be able to identify, understand people and their uniqueness, and be able to respond, mirror them, so they enjoy the presence, and they feel happy about it. So it's all about that unique treatment of different people within beings. Like I said, the man woman thing, it's the water is brought in because to make it clear ki there is inherent nature in things, and similarly there is inherent uniqueness between man and woman. A person builds a house using the same techniques for the wooden frame and the stone foundation. So it's about not able to identifying the difference between wood and stone. Same applies for people. Okay, you can apply this principle for your own discernment. Yeah, it's about that Vishesha, to be able to identify the uniqueness. There are places for generalization, there are places for uniqueness. The generalization here, for people, humans can be humanity, people are all humans, they have their own manavatva. But the uniqueness is, there is a person with great femininity in them, there is a person with great masculinity in them, or different structures, different people, different ways of seeing and looking things. So in that sense, so you can identify differences. You can see where you are doing the generalization, and among that generalization, what is the great difference that is there, and how you will approach different things, different people, for their own uniqueness. That way, It's just about being having that common sense to be able to adapt and be able to talk to people in different ways and different languages and different what we say different personalities, all that, all again just it's all so you navigate the world like like a beautiful, what we say, you navigate the world in such a way that you give delight, or your presence makes people feel happy about them, about themselves, not just about you, about their own self. When you recognize the uniqueness of people, it is appreciated, that appreciation will come back to you in some form, that can be cultivated. You can, it will be helpful even for your own life when you are dealing with your own people, like your own partner or your own family members or your own children, or the smaller circle you might be having, or the classroom or the workplace, all that. So you can try that, it's a great quality. Then the Niti 16, last one for today. Okay. कदर्थि तस्यापिः धैर्यवृत्तेर्न शक्यते सर्वगुण प्रमाथः अधः स्वलेनापि कृतस्य वह्नेर्नाधः शिखायाति कदाचिदेव. Uh, it's about that strong character, how people with strong character, or even there will be innate, unique nature for people, different natures, and that nature will be something that nobody can move or change. It is very fundamental to them. It is like a fundamental structure to their constitution. So one should not try to what we say, mess with it, but one can align with it, because messing up or even trying to change that fundamental nature will not work. That's what it is being said. Even when tormented, it is not possible to destroy all the good qualities of one who is steadfast in courage. Yeah, that innate nature, and if there is courage also, it is impossible to destroy those qualities. It is because it is very innate and natural to them. Like for example, Yudhishthira had the natural quality of practicing dharma. He had that innate sense of what is dharma and what is adharma. So certain things will be there. So such people are not are really impossible to break. Even we can take the examples of people who have sacrificed their lives to protect our own dharma. For example, the people who got killed in the Goa Inquisition, or people who got killed in the Tippu Sultan's invasions, or by the Mughals, or by Aurangzeb, or all that, or even in the Vijayanagara kingdom. I think the last person, he, even though he takes help from that Muslim king, he refuses to convert, and in the end, he also sacrifices himself. So people have sacrificed their lives to keep the innate nature, whatever they are born with, alive. So it is like that. That courage associated with good qualities, it won't blow away. It won't go away, even if the person is tormented. How just as a flame, when forced downwards by a wicked person, one might try to make the flame go downwards, but it will always go upwards, because that is its innate nature, and it also has the courage to to go upwards. So yeah, this is, even if you apply pressure also, it won't go down. Okay. It's about building that strong character. So again, like in the previous verses, as this Sutaji said, you got some certain talents, certain ornaments, jewels. Cultivate them, and be associated with courage. Then no tormentation can bring them down. Okay, here a honest employee is unfairly demoted and tormented by a corrupt manager for refusing to participate in a fraudulent scheme. So, according to the verse, what happens to the employee's inner integrity? Inner integrity, it won't break. It will just remain. Even the position might go, but the integrity, it will go. It will always be held high, and that will be rewarding. Also, it's not like he went down. These things, as I said, as the Hindu ontology holds, we are beings that are coming from many lifetimes and will go into many lifetimes. We have a journey and we are always trying to go higher and upwards towards the Purogati. So anything that, so holding dharma, and even if it is not rewarding in the world, it will always be rewarding. It is considered it as a tapasya which will benefit the person innate with innate abilities, that like we see in people having innate talents. Okay. So you can see what is your own core virtue. There could be something that is very innate in you, natural. It could be even a negative quality also. See it, because it's about observing, and then you can maybe try to diminish it or even hold it aside. But there will be something very core in your own being. You can see it, and yeah, even the negative traits can be cultivated, can be used for something good. So don't hesitate to note it down, and then look for some downward movement or pressure which might be trying to push it down, and with the association with courage you can hold it upwards, and you can see how I keep my flame pointing up. How, like, there could be some practice. If you don't have any practice, you can try some practice to associate that particular virtue with courage. That way, that will remain light, that will remain glowing all the time. Yeah, that's about these 16 verses. This is from Nīti Sār, Garuda Mahapurana, 110th chapter by Sutaji. Yes, if you have any questions or anything you want to discuss, you can ask now. I'll share this link. You use this link. These are all verses today are correct.
Okay, sir.
So you can use them directly. Okay, fine then. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Have no questions. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you.